Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2020. This is Career Mode, episode number 51.
Breakaway
at the Tour de France, stage number 9, and we are getting our man, Alves Machado, the perennial breakaway rider in this race, who is going for the points classification, but currently wearing the KOM leaders jersey. Of course, if you have followed the previous episodes, you would know our strategy, our tactic that is in play right now. Ultimately, Alves Machado is out to steal points away from the other potential KOM riders. So he's just eliminating competition. Because we know when it comes to the high mountains, no chance. We've been on mostly flat stages for a while now. And Alves Machado,
he's
got the lead, but he's only got 5 points.
The Peloton
it's not much.
Right down.
So
the teammates
he's
of those
just
in the breakaway
stolen
are
away a
not
few
going to make
points,
an effort. It's
getting an opportunity to wear the jersey a little bit.
Out.
And we have a 3-man break. Devont, Nils Pollitt, really good rider. Devont, not a huge threat to us, but both of these guys do have a little bit of sprint and a little bit of punch. Alves Machado does not have punch, but he's got a better sprint than both of them, and with just 7K to go, as Tintoni goes to the front of the field, 7K to go till that first sprint point. We're going to get ourselves set for this here quite soon. Zeta with a nice +4 today. All right, 4.5K. At the same time, we need to change this up. We need to get these guys ready. How about we're going to go with Rodriguez, and then we're going to have German follow. And we're going to have Monotoglu follow. Monotoglu and Alves Machado both. We are going for those points. 2 reasons. One, any points that one of them gets are points that somebody else doesn't get. So that's that piece. And then as we have 2.5K to go here, we're going to have to attack this pretty soon. Go at about 1.1. I don't think these guys are attacking. Nope, they're not. Let's make sure we claim it. Okay, sit up, sit up. Alright, now bring it back. Rodriguez should be at the front. Oh, he is most definitely not. He can sit on now, though. German, start your sprint. He gets through quite nicely. Monotoglu, go ahead, go. Still points available. There's a lot of points in these sprints. But you can see just how far we are off the pace. Sit. Rodriguez, you're going to protect Toglu, Tintoni. German's still away. Do you want him in the break? Alright, kicking off the action. Second sprint point upcoming just a few kilometers away. And then we have 2 Cat 4s, 1 more sprint point just before the finish. I do think it'll be back together before then. So this is that last opportunity for Alves Machado to get out there and pick up some easy points. Okay, we're going to send him on his way. They do chase.
Some riders are being left behind.
Properly. Meanwhile, here comes the Peloton, and it's a little late to get a Monotoglu out there.
A couple of teams have set themselves up as pacemakers for the pack. They obviously don't have anybody in the breakaway group.
Alright, so Alves Machado has moved back into second place for now. Currently there's a lot of riders that are interested in it, but the sprints are nearly done. After this stage, we have a time trial. After the time trial, we have another sprint. And then I don't think we see another sprint until the Champs-Élysées. So once that's happened, most of the points collection is going to go away. We're going to start getting into high climbs. You get an early sprint point like this, you'll get all those guys contesting it. Late sprint points like this, they're not going to be around. Except they'll try to contest winning where they can. But if you have breakaways of 10, 12, 15 riders once you get to those climbing stages, we are approaching, by the way, the KOM here. And we'll certainly go for it. Peleton. Let's see, we have 1 point for Devant. Peleton has no points. They weren't interested in the sprints. Will they be interested in this? I don't know. Speed up, go in the front. Okay, are they gonna challenge me? They are challenging. They are definitely challenging. Okay, sprint is on. Come on, Alves.
Whoa, there's an attack from inside the breakaway group.
He just does not have any punch. No punch at all. And they are contesting it. Devant took that point. I'd say of these, Niels Peleton is much better in breakaway than Devant, so I'd rather have Devant pick up a point or two. Alves Machado, we're going to let him recover for a moment. Alright, go ahead and turn him back on relay. Now we are under 60k to go, so I'm going to send him to get water and send for Mark to get water one final time in the field. Set ourselves up for that next go around. Alves Machado's going to have a really hard time beating either of these guys, but unlike the climb we just went through, this next one, very short.
There's a sustained rhythm at the moment. Some riders
Very
definitely
short.
won't be able to keep
There's
up.
not much punch to it at all, and that is going to give Alves Machado a better shot because he can out-sprint both of these guys, not by a lot, but he can certainly out-sprint them. 2.7. Can he get a point here? He's only managed 5 so far. 1.4k. Get
There's a
through this.
breakaway in the leading group.
Now sprint. Out-sprint these guys. Come on, Alves. Ay. It was better this time, but he's just not punchy. He's just not capable of any punch. He's a 60 hill. And anything over that 3 degree, just, he's toast. Right, saw some blinking red back here. Let's make sure we take care of these guys. Alright, now, Alves Machado's not going to have anything left. Come that last sprint point or the finish. But if they are still out front, which they have 1.5 minutes right now, then he can at least go through as one of the first 3 and actually probably have an easy time of going through first. That leads down to 44 seconds.
The lead over the pack is
Just
dwindling.
sit on now. And we're going to go ahead and gel up as well. 35 seconds. .36 seconds, 10k to go. Getting dropped here, maybe? No, he's hanging on. Devant is about to get dropped. Alves Machado just
The
hanging
pace
on
is
to
really
Paul's
hot,
wheel.
so for the moment,
It's
we
not a big
shouldn't see
gap
too
over
many
the field,
attacks.
so we really need. His only hope with 5k to go is to hang on.
The little promenade
back
is
into the
over.
field.
The group has been overhauled.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. 4k to go. Monotoglu is going forward right now. And then Alves Machado is going to follow. Alves Machado is going to do nothing but follow. We just want
Only
to pick up
15
whatever
kilometers left.
points we can get. A lot of these guys, this is going to waste some energy on them. Monotoglu, oh, Alves Machado's already done. Alves Machado, he follows through, picks up some points there. A lot of these guys not interested. as it would have meant less energy for the finish. Monotoglu riding on,
10
and I'm going to
kilometers
keep him
remaining.
out there. We're not winning sprints. Can we win via small breakaway? No, they've caught him. They've chased him down. Ewan, Eekhoff, Bauhaus.
The sprinters are positioning
Your
themselves up front. It'll probably
sprinters
be a
just
mass
wasted
sprint
their
finish.
energy
The
trying to
pack
chase
has
them
just
down.
reeled in the escape group.
All right, 7.5K to go. We do not need everybody at this point. Monotoglu is tired, but he'll be okay. Okay, we'll start from right here. Banajek. You already got your guys on your wheel, so go hard. We need to get out front. 6K.
The riders are entering the last 5 kilometers of the stage.
4.5K. A little acceleration from Vermark. Now Zeta goes Phillipson
And they're
way
off.
early.
It's going to be
2.4K
fast.
out. He's attacking Zeta. Nice turn of speed for Zeta. German is really the man today, as Amanatoglu is too far behind.
There are some legs that just can't take the speed anymore.
Green
The
jersey
riders are
wearer
being left
Caleb
behind.
Ewan takes
Victory
another
for
stage. He
Caleb
is
Ewan.
totally dominating this race right now and making it really hard to stay in contact. Vanderpool second, Eekhoff third, Bauhaus, Matthews, German takes 8th, Zeta 9th. So with nobody in the top 60 and only one even mediocre time trialist in the team, I went ahead and quick simmed stage number 10, which is one of 3 time trials in this race. This individual time trial is nearly 68 kilometers in length. Remco Evenepoel claims the victory ahead of Ryan Mullen and Mikkel Bjerg. De Moulin takes 5th, so that's really good for his chances in the GC. Kwiatkowski, Kruijswijk just outside the top 10. Matthews really good for a sprinter. He'll pick up some points for that finish. And now the current GC standings, which were completely dominated by Jumbo-Visma and Ducanic Quick-Step just a little bit ago, well, it remains that way. The entire top 9 positions still belonging to those teams. It's now De Moulin in the lead, Sivakov in second. Alaphilippe still up there and contending. He could certainly wear that yellow jersey at some point, but we are going to hit those big climbs soon. Cavagna, Asgreen, Evenepoel up to 6th place. Van Aert in 8th. Kwiatkowski is 10th for CCC. You would imagine if he's riding for CCC, there's a decent chance that he's the leader, though it could be Kruijswijk. There's Moss and Roglic both up there, but they're riding for Circus One to Group Gobert. It's hard to say who's going to be the leader and whether they ride co-leader for a while or whether they'll get proper support. Rodriguez stays near the top of the standings, actually, in this one at 5.5 minutes down. He jumps to 30th position, but that's still way out of reach. I mean, that's not a good result. He took 23rd. Zeta, possibly with the race day condition bonuses, took 26th on the stage. Tantoni, outside of the top 100. He's supposed to be a stage racer, but he's not a time trialist. 6 minutes, 22 seconds down on the stage. So that now puts Tantoni at 11 minutes, 43 seconds off the pace. All of those time losses coming from 2 time trials. Current points, classification. 3rd place for Alves, Machado, Eekhoff. He jumps him through the sprint points early in the stage, and then the final at the end of the stage, he slips right back down. The big thing for Alves Machado is staying in contact, and with 323 points, he's miles behind Caleb Ewan. But in those big climbing stages, sending him in the break, if he can survive, if he can claim a few sprint points where he's the first one across the line, it's 20 points. If Caleb Ewan's the 11th one across the line, I don't know exactly what the total is, but that's something like 5 points. So he'll gain 15, and then he could gain another 15. So if he does that stage after stage and picks up 30 points each stage, where it's not coming down to Caleb Ewan winning the stage because it's a sprint stage, then Alves Machado's got a chance at that jersey. He's just going to have to literally spend every single day in the break. Mouratoglou all the way down to 9th place now. Looking pretty out of reach for him. He is a bit too far back, which is why I'm kind of sticking to Alves Machado at this point in that classification. He still has the KOM, which is nice, but completely irrelevant. The big thing is what competitors for that. Scheuven, DeBont, these guys aren't climbers. Seri, 71. That's not a climber. Tentoni, that's a climber. He's going to start picking up a lot of KOMs where the big points enter. Carapaz is the only threat right now with 1 point. So Tentoni has a little bit of a head start on the competition. Rodriguez, 2nd in the under 25s. Nice. This is going to blow up, though. So Pogacar is going to move way up those standings soon. Stage 11, only a single sprint stage between now and the final stage in Paris. Last chance, Alves Machado to at least stay in contact with those front runners and maybe, just maybe, grab something in the KOM. Now, the two guys I'm with at the moment are pretty tired, but Nils Pollitt is so much stronger than Alves Machado. You can see that we were no match. No match at all. Sprint point will not be a problem, but KOM, pretty out of reach. I think this might be the last day he spends in this jersey. Pollitt actually didn't grab any points yesterday, so he'll still be in it tomorrow. 3.5K to go till this first sprint point, though. I don't think we'll have any problem taking either of these.
The pack is increasing its work rate. Some teams
Meanwhile,
can't be happy with the
we need
breakaway.
to focus on Mouratoglou, going to try to pick up a few points himself. You can see just how far behind he is, all these guys. That's back together. Mouratoglou can't even get out of the pack.
Attack from a rider.
All right, back into 2nd place for Alves Machado. A single point ahead of Eekhoff for now. For the 3rd time, the game is glitching again, and we're not even slowed down, but the game keeps having this same bug where the breakaway just freezes in place, and we went from a 3.5 minute break to a 2-minute break, back out to 2.5 moments later, and then it goes to under a minute here as we hit this next sprint point. Luckily for me, Alves Machado, I'm not worried about the break anymore. He is just going to sit on. Mouratoglou does not stand a chance in these bunch sprints against these other guys, and he is so far behind, so I'm not going to bother wasting his energy anymore on this. So Alves Machado just going to sit on. He'll come back to the field, and those guys left him behind. So yeah, I'm just going to let him come back to the field. He can't beat them on those climbs, and so why waste his energy? I'm going to save him for the stage now, as he would have been caught anyway by the time they reach the final sprint classification, where I think we'll use him and one lead out rider to try to claim points there. All right, so my plan for this one is I'm going to send Alves Machado so early that it's like a breakaway, and hopefully he can gain a little bit of a gap over the field and use that to then hang on. Not the only one going. Gaviria is going with him.
Attack!
This Machado going for the finish line. Gaviria is going to get there first.
Several riders are on the ground.
And I think Ewan might have actually also beat him. Rodriguez caught up in a big group crash. We'll check on him, see how he's doing. He is back up and moving. I do think his day is done. It's just 15K from the end. So let's go ahead and set him to auto, and we'll get back up here. Now those front four are still away. We'll catch up to them as we get a chance. Alves Machado is the guy I want to ride for. So Monotoglu, you're going to follow German. German, you're going to follow Zeta for Mark. Banijek. Tony. No Rodriguez today. Rodriguez off the back because of that crash. 12.7 to go. Alves Machado. I did not set these guys up for success here. I forgot to preset everyone to that 99. Okay, Tintoni up front. Not the only one though, as Storm Craig Anderson trying to attack.
Let's hope that the rider isn't too upset.
One of the riders has crashed out of the race.
The main sprinters are not handing out tickets for a breakaway,
8K.
so the stage will end up in a mass sprint.
Tony turning up the pace now. On to Banijek. 6K.
The riders are entering the last 5 kilometers of the stage.
5K, 4.5 for Bark. Doesn't have much of a turn of pace. He's got that little acceleration piece that actually just left Zeta in the dust. Oops. His acceleration was so quick, Zeta couldn't keep up. Okay, we're getting some early attacks here. Case Bull, Podjakar, Gaviria. Interesting. Okay, I still have 3 guys left. German.
The sprint is on. The riders are
coming
setting
through.
themselves up.
Okay, there you go. Now, this actually helped because a lot of these guys ended up going early. Christoph, he's going to be done in a moment. But we have 1.4K. Here's a Monotoglu. Please tell me Alves Machado is still close. He is. So Monotoglu onto his sprint. Alves Machado still chasing. Here comes the real speed, though. Alves Machado, he'll have a high enough finish to at least pick up some points on this one. But you can see how many guys from behind just come flying past him. DeMar takes the stage. Caleb Ewan finally loses one. Vanderpool is third. Gaviria. Philippe is up there. Alves Machado just 15th. Ooh. Man, that was 14 riders in front of him.
We're waiting for the back markers who
He only
appear
lost
to be
by
fairly
about 8
numerous
bike
in this
lengths.
difficult race.
But that was a packed sprint. So you can see how this is trending for Alves Machado. Right? The finish, not good. 15th place. He might have got 1.2 points. Next to nothing, if anything. But by being in the break, he still picks up 57 points. And that's enough to be 4th place on the day. Now he loses 14 points compared to Caleb Ewan, who didn't win this stage finally. It was DeMar. But you can see he was still outscoring DeMar on the day by a single point because he's winning those intermediate sprints. But Alves Machado is the one who's actually claiming the majority of those intermediate sprints by being in the breakaway. So when we get to these climbing stages, here's what to expect. Alves Machado, 50 points, stage after stage, by being in the break virtually every day. Caleb Ewan, his numbers are going to drop off. Yes, he's getting 70 plus every day right now, and he's pulling away, has a good lead. But we're going to hit all these climbing stages, and Ewan, his total suddenly is going to drop to 20 or 30 points a day. Because he's going to pick up back-end intermediate sprints, especially as these breakaways get larger and larger. There's going to be fewer and fewer points available. And maybe he'll have a few days where he gets nothing, and Alves Machado gets 50 points. When and how many of them are going to actually start riding in the break? Niels Pollitt, already doing so. He's not a threat. Some of these guys might. Most of them won't. Most of them are going to stay in the pack and keep going for intermediate sprints. And that is what's going to give us a chance. And that is what has us now above Eekhoff. So into second place, closest one in range. We've got a shot at the jersey. And that will completely make up for the lack of a win. And I really do think that Tentoni is going to have a shot at the KOM as well. Strong enough climber that he can do that. He's 11 minutes behind. He's totally out of the GC window. And I'm not worried about trying to get him in there. I like our chances for both of those jerseys. And after that fall, Rodriguez loses a ton of time. So he goes from that second place. Now he's totally out. So all my guys out of the GC window. We're riding for those stages and for those two jerseys. Stage 12, first mountain stage, totally flat, mostly anyway, until one giant climb at the end. So not the day to do it from the break for Tentoni. He wastes too much energy, so we want to just finish as best he can in the field. But as we have 3 kilometers to go on this first sprint point, Alves Machado has a clear bead on claiming this one right now. We're just a minute out, and I want him to continue on here. Alves Machado, go get this, please. Thank you. All right, he's first through. Now, this is what I was talking about. We have a breakaway of 9 riders. Caleb Ewan is currently on his way to claim 10th place. He went through all alone there. Alves Machado gains a bunch of points on Caleb Ewan, now 147 behind. But this is the time where we're going to see this competition fall apart. Ewan's going to go out and pick up points, but Alves Machado is going to go out and pick up more for many stages to come.
The rider will have to burn some
unfortunately,
energy to get back into
Tentoni,
the pack.
-3 today. You got to be kidding me. Poor guy.
Attempting to break away.
He's been just fine through all of these stages, and the first day that he draws an ugly race day condition is the first day that he needs to be on it. But Alves Machado, well, he's in a large break. Most of these guys, unimportant, like he is, to be honest, but important to the scheme of things as to what he's involved in. He is not going to beat them for these points, so we're not going to bother chasing those 1 point each. But real statement of intent here from Pierre Latour. Latour in the break. First big climbing contender to spend a day in the breakaway. We still have 215 kilometers to go in this stage. It is a long one. Alves Machado, his objective, try to hang on as long as he possibly can so that he can again claim the points at the only other intermediate sprint on the stage. Gap's out to 4 minutes, so the pace has settled down quite a bit. Let's go ahead and get him involved once again. All right, so we are coming up towards the end of the stage, and a few things stand out. One, Alves Machado is back in the pack, and actually has been for a long time now. The second KOM point of the day was multiple undulating hills. He got dropped over that, even though he was trying to keep pace when they went to attack that climb. Never could catch up. Ran out of energy completely. Fell back from a 4-minute lead to the pack. The pack not riding easily at all. has made it really hard for Alves Machado to recover any energy. The breakaway itself getting smaller and smaller all the time as Pierre Latour, with one other rider, has now eclipsed the power of everybody else, giving us actually a small chance to do something with this front point coming up. And then the rest of the team is going to focus on the climb to come. So I'm going to take this opportunity right now to completely redo what we have for the team currently. We'll set about 85 as a base here. So Monotoglu, he's going to lead out Alves Machado, and then German, and then he's going to go forward. So they're going to start their move at 6 kilometers. We can't go too hard because Alves Machado is quite tired. And that leaves me with 5 riders. Now, Tantoni's the main guy. Rodriguez is on a +4. So he's going to be the main support guy. So I want to protect both of them. So we're going to start with Banijek and Vermark. And then Zeta is going to follow Tantoni. So I have 5 guys in close succession ready to go. These guys, this is going to be it for them. So we're going to gel up for this. Okay, now 6K, so get those 2. So German just slowly at first. There's only 2 guys ahead of us, and we're going to see 5K to go. Put a little acceleration into here and see if we can set ourselves up. So it's 4K. Alves Machado already struggling. We can't go too hard. We cannot go too hard here. 2.9K. What I can do is I'm going to swap places here. Actually, no. You're going to just continue forward at a 78, I think. And then I'm going to send Monotoglu to go get whatever points he can on this. There goes Ewan. He's going to get all sorts of points. Monotoglu is going to get some. Alves Machado is falling back. He ended up getting nothing out of that, unfortunately. That's the end of the breakaway. Monotoglu still out front. Alves Machado still second, but he did not win out on this one, unfortunately. At least he got the max points the previous time. All right, we're going to set him to auto. I'm going to set German to auto. I'm going to set Alves Machado to auto. Those guys, they're done. I'm not worried about them.
The riders have taken their foot off the accelerator. Either they're getting a bit hot, or they're saving themselves for the final dash.
Here we go. Ready for the climb. One big monster climb to come. It's the how to come. Max is 11%. It's 14 kilometers in length. Just a shade under 8% average gradient. And it's pretty relentless. There is no brakes on this climb. And with Tantoni's -3 today, this could be difficult for him. But this is his first opportunity to grab proper KOM points. And here is why.
There should be a decent fight all the way
20
to the top
points
and the
available at the top. Current KOM leader through 11 stages, Alves Machado, with 5. So he will not have, whoever wins this stage will have the jersey, and we're already seeing an early attack. Holy cow, you guys. They instantly just took off.
The pack is increasing its work rate. Some teams can't be happy with
12K.
the breakaway.
Trying to be patient through here, but we are definitely going backwards right now. Got my guys still tucked in together. Banishek is dropping back, so let's go ahead and use Zeta now to cover off Rodriguez. Rodriguez, you're going to have to push an 86, it looks like. Gotta make sure we keep this position. Tony,
The finish line is
I want
getting
you guys
close.
to inch your way
just passed the
upward,
10 kilometers road
not
sign.
backward.
Is off.
They've gone a long ways back already in just
The
10K.
pace is
It's
so
going to
high
help with
that
their
a few
energy a
riders are
little
gonna be
bit,
very
but
sore at the end of the day.
Rodriguez. Oh, we just got dropped. Oh, come on. Gap opens right here. All right. Change of strategy. Okay, we're going to set an 88. Tony, you're going to follow Rodriguez. Rodriguez, you're going to follow Zeta. And then we're going to follow Vermark. Vermark, you're going to gel up right now. It's still 9 kilometers to go. I mean, we're trying to not be rash. But then Tony's chances for the stage just faded drastically. Zeta lost Vermark's wheel on that somehow. There you go. Zeta, go ahead and lock in behind Vermark again. Vermark, you have to push a little bit harder. Your red bar is gone. Okay, go 99. Zeta, gel up. Yeah, Vermark not hurting anybody. He's got no red bar, so this is just whatever pace he can push with some amount of energy left. So we'll let him ride this out. Zeta, it's going to be his turn pretty soon.
Acceleration by Adam Yates.
Gap is going the wrong way. Monotoglu's in this group, so it just kind of goes to show how weak we're looking at the moment. 6K to go, though. Get Rodriguez ready, because that is not going to last too long here. We left a lot of riders behind. Zeta, last a little longer here. We'll get Rodriguez. And it's his turn. Okay, Zeta done. Then Tony, we've caught up to some guys, so we're making progress.
The percentages are very high.
Rodriguez, you're a decent climber. I'm going to slow you down slightly. 3K to go. And we've nearly caught the front riders. This is now the Peloton. Okay. Sit on. We're with Bookman, Micah, Martinez. 2K to go. That's the front runners, though.
None of the favorites is giving an inch.
Okay, 1.3. There's Demoulin.
There we go. The sprint is on. The riders are setting themselves up.
Victory for
Adam Yates takes the win. Civikov second. So Adam Yates will now be the KOM leader. Geraint Thomas, Kruijswijk, Bino, Pogačar, Alaphilippe, Carapaz, Higuita, Barguil, Roglic. If he didn't have this negative race day condition, Tintoni certainly could have been in top 10 anyway. Moscow's 14. Egg, Benut, Martinez, Tintoni just 18th on the stage. Civikov now into the race lead after 12 stages. Alaphilippe second. Demoulin slips way behind to third place. Evenepoel still up there in fourth. Kruijswijk, Benut, Thomas, Higuita, Pino, and Roglic. No Ineos riders anywhere near. Lopez, Carapaz down in 15th, 16th, just now starting to show their faces. This is an interesting tour so far. Really big gaps, too. Alves Machado still second in the points classification. Tintoni still sitting on just 3 points, 14th. He loses a lot of ground to some other contenders, but we will have him in a breakaway soon, and I really hope he can win a stage from the break on a big climb. The under 25s, 3 guys in the top 10, but they're not contesting that. And as a team, we are 9th place. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.